Good morning, Recovery Fitness. Sean Humphrey here. Today, I just had some things on my heart and mind, and I wanted to jump on. I know I promised talking about the fourth pillar of fitness soon, which is mental health. But today is it's weighing on me, and it actually coincides with mental health. But someone once told me, a wise person told me, it's impossible to be unhappy and grateful at the same time. And if you think about it, it's true. We have so many blessings to be grateful for, even when we're going through the tough times. But sometimes that's extremely hard to pull to mind when you're going through it. When you're having those rough days, when it doesn't seem like you have anybody to talk to, or you're dealing with those old memories and emotions. You might be kind of blocked from the sunlight of the spirit a little bit, and that's normal. We are human. We go through a lot, and some days are just tough. Some days are really hard. I can only speak from a male point of view, but as a male with mental health issues and addictions and emotional things that go on, the society is definitely in the realm of it's not okay for us to talk about it, or maybe we're overcoming some of that stigma, and that's great. But even the response we get from friends, loved ones, is not always what we would hope it to be, or what always we may give back. There's still that stigma where we don't get checked in on as much, or it's when we do, it's shocking that we're having an issue, or that maybe you're shedding a tear and they're asking, are you crying? Like, why are you crying? Or shocked about it. But it's true. I mean, we face all this, and we face it on a daily, especially those of us going through coming out of addictions and early recovery or recovery. And there's multiple tools that we use to deal with it. But sometimes it's just a matter of it's tough, and we have to kind of suck it up, and we have to move through it. But how do we do it in a healthy way? And so that's maybe what we should talk about today. I deal with things, and I practice acceptance to the best of my ability. But sometimes that's, like, we're human. I'm human. I know that. And I'm not always wanting to accept things, or maybe I'm not even aware that I'm not accepting things, and I'm trying to run the show, and I feel what I want is just, or what would make me feel better, and I'm not getting it. And it's easy to get caught up in the feels, or, I hate that expression, caught up in your feels, but, I'm having some real emotion and some real struggle. I'm not caught up in any feels. It's fucking sucking right now. And I'm having some emotional struggle or some mental struggle. And let's not diminish it by saying I'm caught up in some feels. It's way more than that. It's way more intense than that. But what do we do? For me, I'm practicing acceptance. And I realize that I'm practicing love. And I have to be practicing self-love, and let myself feel, let myself know that it's okay, and I'm not perfect, and that I'll get through it. And for me, it's not always that I have someone to talk to. Sure. I'm in recovery. I have my sober supports and all that. But sometimes it's just you are isolated. You have things that you have to deal with and process. You can't just talk about it. You have to actually process through it. And for me, that's my higher power. That's God. I have to get in touch with God and realize that whatever I don't understand, or whatever I'm going through, or whatever struggle or lesson I'm being taught, or going through the challenge that keeps repeating itself, until I learn it. I have to allow myself the space to say, hey, this is in God's plan. Everything that's happening right now is happening exactly how He wants it. There's a lesson for me. What can I learn about myself? What can I learn that I can help another person with? How do I act in God's plan for this? And sometimes, I don't know, but I keep asking. I don't know, and I just ask for the grace for Him to show it or reveal it to me, and I keep doing the positive things that I know. And some of those positive things for me, I was really funky, and I've been struggling for a few days. But I was really funky this morning, and I was really caught up in it. And I thought the best thing for me today is to get going, at least, is after I did my prayer and meditation, I went to the gym. That's my safe place, man. Like, I got on the treadmill, I put on some fun music, and I just did some cardio. And that's it. But I felt so much better afterwards. So those endorphins were released, serotonin, dopamine. I feel better. I still am struggling with what I'm struggling with, but at least I feel a little bit better. I was able to process. As an addict and alcoholic, I know that nothing will keep me sober and help me feel and live in the principles of being well, like working in service. So I scheduled myself some service to do. This has nothing to do, this service doesn't have anything to do with helping anybody in recovery, although, I'll do that too. But, I'm doing some service. I have it scheduled, and it made me feel good just to take the initiative. I got out of myself, my selfish thoughts and feels, to help another person, or at least offer that help. And, that's been the joy of my morning. And I'm going to carry that throughout the day and do the best I can. I'm going to stay in contact with my higher power. But, the mental struggle is real. The mental health is there. It has its ups and downs. I guess if we're going to have places in our days or weeks or months where we're running pretty high and everything's going great, we're going to get used to that, and we're going to crave it, especially as addicts. We're going to crave that good, normal, happy, healthy feeling. And then maybe when things are a little bumpy in the road, it's very uncomfortable to us because we've been up here. But as every high there's a low. But the idea, I think, is learning how to handle the highs and handle the lows and stay maintained throughout the process. So I know I'm rambling a little bit, but emotional health and well-being is something, mental health is something that I struggle with. I'm not afraid to say it. I don't need to get into exactly what my issues are or what I'm struggling with recently, but it's been tough. And I want you guys to know that I do reach out to counselors. I do reach out to friends in sober support. But it's hard sometimes. Maybe everybody's got lives. Everybody's got things to do. You can't always be in touch with a counselor. The sober support's there, but, it doesn't do me any good to go talk about my problems all the time to somebody and keep repeating them. It's good for a while, and it's good to get it out and express, and that's hopefully where I'm processing, learning how to overcome. But I have to do the things to overcome it. It's just not good enough for me to talk, moan, and bitch about it. That won't get me anywhere, except for probably attracting more of what I'm already in, which I don't want. I'll be operating in lack. So my message for myself today is it's impossible to be unhappy and grateful at the same time. So I'm going to practice gratitude. I'm going to stay in touch with my higher power. I'm going to release into the universe everything that's not for me, everything that's lack, everything that I'm dealing with, for the universe and God's universe to deal with. I'm going to release all my abundance and joy too, because the world needs more of that. And then I'm going to keep repeating that until something changes. And I'm going to keep working in the positive. So maybe that helps somebody struggling today. If I can help you by being there to talk to, or take you through a workout, or show you some of the meditation techniques and breathing techniques I use, I'd love to. There's no charge. I just want to help. So always feel free to reach out. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. I have a website. Reach out. My number and phone numbers are on all of them. My email's on all of it. Send me a message, messenger. Let me know what you're struggling with. Let me know how I can help you possibly, or maybe offer a different viewpoint, and maybe help twist things around and get you in the right direction. So thanks for letting me kind of do a little therapy on myself. Thanks for listening. If you like what we're doing, please share it with your friend. Share a video, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Come check us out. We're doing all kinds of workshops and wellness sites and pop-ups. And we'll be advertising more of that to come, but it's all in the works. So one love. I'll talk to you soon.